See if we can start. All right, Facebook. Welcome, Facebook. Let's clean these lenses here. Glad to have everybody on for Jeopardy Noir. I'm going to adjust this screen just a little bit. We are so glad to have you on. We're going to wait a little bit, get a couple of more players involved and players on board. We're excited to be here for this week's line of Jeopardy Noir. Petra Brennan, how you doing over here? Great to have you this week. I see you, Mrs. Brannon, Mr. Brannon, as usual. Fernanda, thank you so much. Jocelyn Hurtado, I'm waving at everybody. We're waiting on people to come over on the Facebook side. And we're going to get started with this week very soon. So we're waving, saying hello to everyone. Great. And we have one Facebook visitor. Welcome, Facebook. Just want to make sure that the camera angles are correct. Everyone has access. The cameras are turned the correct way. We're not sideways or inside and out. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to Jeopardy Noir, where we ask questions about Black history. This is our Safer at Home series with the Black Archives. We're certainly glad to have everybody here. And we're seeing people are coming on more and more. So we're going to give it just a little bit of time just to get everybody on board so everybody can participate with us. If you have a friend, tell a friend and tell a friend. The Black Archives, just for those that are new this week, we've been doing the Safer at Home series, which is a virtual. I'm going to bring the music down just a little bit. But we've been doing a virtual series that try to give people a break away from what they're doing, the norm that they're doing day to day. I'm broadcasting from Instagram to my right and Facebook to my left. So you'll see me going back and forth between the cameras saying hello. That's why I'm going back and forth, because we are doing it on both platforms at this time so that everyone can participate. Those that have Facebook, those that have Instagram, everybody can kind of participate. So we're making adjustments. If there's anything that you need that you can't see, I know we're still working on the whole screen thing, making the screen available. Still haven't gotten that expertise for technology, but we are aware that there's a lag between Facebook. I'm still waiting on people. Anybody? Hello, Facebook. People are on. I don't know who's on. I don't know who wants to introduce themselves and just say hi on Facebook so we can know who's participating. Miami Gardens now. Welcome back to this week's Jeopardy Noir. We are really excited about this opportunity to bring this forward. So we're going to be getting started very soon. Just like I said, again, we're trying to get people time to kind of get on. Facebook is growing, Instagram is growing. We want to give people time to get on. People that are just hearing about it, please write in the comments. We invite you to write in the comment section so that we'll know that you're here. I see Facebook is growing, Instagram is growing at the same time. Facebook is not commenting. I don't know who's out there. I'm gonna try to see if I can type a comment, say hello everyone on Facebook. So they can't be so shy. Don't be shy, Facebook. I see R2 Cutie has joined. We ask that you share this and tell a friend to tell a friend about Jeopardy Noir. Again, this is our virtual series, our Safer at Home virtual series, giving people an outlet that's beyond what they do. A lot of people are getting tired of seeing the four walls in front of them. Kind of remind me of the Ghetto Boys, four walls growing in, getting thicker. I'm paranoid, you know. But we just hope that everybody is safe. Everybody is out there and they're doing what they can. Oh, okay. I thank you. This is Miss Brandon. She says, I am on both to share. Awesome. Great. Awesome. That's a great way to thank you so much for sharing and being on both. So I guess we're going to get started. I hope that we have a good, exciting time for Jeopardy Noir. What I want to say at the beginning that we at Black Archives, we're working on, as well as trying to get keepsakes out to everyone. So we'll be sending certain keepsakes out. So if you get a message from the Black Archives, Baltimore, South Florida, asking for your contact information in terms of mailing address. I do want to share with you some of the things that we want to mail out to you for participating. Just give me one moment. I forgot to have this. I am back. I just wanted to, hello, Miss Thomas, Audrey Thomas. I wanted to share with you, thank you, Mr. Brandon, saying have a roll call. Have a roll call while we wait. Great. Wanted to share, the Black Archives would like to send out keepsakes for people that are winning, people that are participating. So you may get a message from, there's a 2-minute lag on Facebook, I'm being told. Okay. So you may get a message from the Black Archives, actually from the Black Archives. We may be asking you for your contact information or your address or something like that, because we want to, for participating, we want to mail out certain little keepsakes for you for participating. Things like this. This is the Obama Visions of Our 44th President book that we would keepsake. This is truly a keeper for you for years to come. We'll be asking because we want to send out things like this. Send out little keepsakes like this, that is for this is glass holders to keep the water from getting on your precious end table. So things like this we want to send out to you, as well as, we do have at the Black Archives coffee mug that showcases the historic lyric theater on one side and Baltimore, South Florida. I don't think if everybody's getting and seeing these. Beautiful mug that we may mail out. So if you get a comment from one of us from our actual official page asking for information, just saying thanking you for participating, as well as wanting to send out something to you in that regard. So here we are. We're ready to get started with Jeopardy Noir. So I'm going to set this up. We're going to pick off where we left off at. And we just want you to get excited and ready for this particular episode. All right, we had a roll call. We see many have joined us, and we're going to get started. I hope you're staying safe. Again, I'm looking at these things backwards, so you have to excuse me when I take my time. Normally I have my iPad for the question, but I forgot to set that up until I'm looking at this thing backwards, trying to read it backwards. Just give me one moment to pick up on the first question. Let's see, from the current slide. All right, here we are. Our first question of this afternoon. Hello, Aaliyah Kinsler and Miss Samuels. This is our first question of this afternoon. Who is the founder of the Black Archives? Again, who is the founder of the Black Archives? I hope you both can see this particular one. See if it's Facebook. We know that there's a lag. Instagram, Dorothy Fields. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to wait until Facebook If anybody on Facebook is going to answer. We have the answer on the Instagram side. Do we have anyone from Facebook that's going to answer this question on the Facebook side? Do we have anybody on Facebook side? Anyone to answer? Who is the founder of the Black Archives? Facebook. I don't know how bad the lag is. Let's see that answer. We have an answer from Oscar Brannon. And the answer is Dr. Dorothy Jenkins Fields. Yes, and that goes to, we have Hester Samuels 1 on Facebook side. We have Mr. Oscar Brannon. But is that Oscar Brannon Jr. or Oscar JB? Oscar JB on the Instagram side. Yes. Dr. Dorothy Jenkins Fields is that answer. So we thank you so much for that. Here we go with our question number 2. Previously named Lemon City, today this neighborhood is known as previously named Lemon City. Today, this neighborhood is known as Facebook, Instagram. Who is going to answer this? Previously named Lemon City. Today, this neighborhood is known as. Should I start my music? We have the answer on Instagram side. We have the answer on Instagram side. Facebook. Do we have an answer? Do we have an answer on the Facebook side? I'm sorry, that is not the answer on Facebook. Anybody else on the Facebook side? Anyone else on the Facebook side? We do have the correct answer on Instagram. Facebook, are you ready to get that answer for us, Facebook? It is not Liberty City. It is not Liberty City. Thank you so much for answering. Great try. Facebook going once. Facebook going twice. Facebook, we're going to show the answer. It is. Is my pointer working? Well, we'll go automatic. It is Little Haiti. Miss Samuels, that is fine. We want you to guess. There's no wrong guess. There's opportunity always to learn. So that answer truly is Little Haiti. Little Haiti is not Overtown. I guess we are on a lag on Facebook. The answer is Little Haiti. Little Haiti. Lemon City originally was the pioneer neighborhood as gentrification rolled in and immigrants from Haiti began to come in. They began to seek refuge in that area, and the area began to change due to the heavy culture. Due to the language, it changed from being Lemon City and became known as Little Haiti. Little Haiti is that answer. Little Haiti is the answer. We're moving on. We're moving on to the next question. The next question. Name the first black judge in the South since Reconstruction. Name the first black judge in the South since Reconstruction. First black judge in the South. And if many of you watched Monday's session about the police precinct, you would kind of know this answer. Anyone, the first black judge in the South since Reconstruction. Lawson Thomas is the answer on Instagram. Facebook, do we have the answer? Which I just gave the answer away. But yes, the answer is Judge Lawson E. Thomas. Lawson Thomas is the answer. The first black judge appointed since Reconstruction was Lawson E. Thomas in Miami. Thank you so much for participating. That answer goes to Ms. Patricia Brannon on the Instagram side. Thank you so much for your answer. Facebook, I don't know if we're still on Facebook. Definitely want to make sure that we're not lagging too far behind on Facebook. But if you're on Facebook, you have an Instagram account, you can join us on Instagram. I'm being told that the Instagram doesn't have the lag that Facebook has. But if not, you still can stay on Facebook with us and continue to enjoy this show. Going on to the next question. What year did Miami become an incorporated city? What year did Miami become an incorporated city? All right. Instagram, we have the answer. Instagram, we have the answer. Facebook. Thank you, Miami Gardens Now, for that answer. Facebook. Do we have anybody on the Facebook side that is going to answer? What year did Miami become an incorporated city? What year did Miami become an incorporated city? Facebook. That answer for everyone is 1896, July 28 to be exact. July 28, 1896, Miami became an incorporated city. Let's move on. Are we ready for the next question? That goes out to Miami Gardens Now. Miami Gardens Now on Instagram got that particular answer correct. Miami Gardens Now. Congratulations. We're running a tight race today. Here we go. The next question. After serving 27 years in prison, this man became the president of a post-apartheid South Africa. After serving 27 years in prison, this man became the president of a post-apartheid South Africa. I know this answer is going to run off. All right, Miami Gardens Now. Miami Gardens Now has the answer on Instagram. Miami Gardens Now was the first to answer on Instagram. Is there anyone on Facebook that can answer this question? We do have the answer on. All right, Instagram and Facebook, we do have a winner. We have Aaliyah Kinsler. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And we have Miami Gardens Now that answered this question correctly. And the correct answer is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela. Great. We're excited. Thank you. Awesome job. Here we are. We're ready for the next question. Are you ready for the next question? Here we go. Where was Black Wall Street located? Where was Black Wall Street located? Where was Black Wall Street located? Instagram, where was Black Wall Street located? I have the answer on the Instagram side. I have the answer on Facebook side. Anybody want to be, Mr. Brannon on the Instagram side. Okay. No. We're good. Facebook, can we be a little bit more specific? Is there any specificity, to that answer that you have on your side? Do anyone want to try to get us a little closer to where it was located? Facebook, I'm waiting. Facebook, we're waiting. I would even go as far as, do anybody want to name, or can name, the neighborhood? Anyone? We have the state on Facebook side. We have the city on Instagram side. But do anyone know specifically the name of the neighborhood where Black Wall Street was located? Miami Gardens Now. Yes, we're going to move forward with this question. And yes, it was Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was the Greenwood neighborhood, a very prominent neighborhood where blacks existed, where black business was abundant in the early 1900s. This was the Black Wall Street, and all it took to destroy this neighborhood was the white community, somebody from the white community saying that a white woman was raped, and that led to a race riot in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where that neighborhood was totally devastated. The neighborhood was destroyed. This was the epicenter for black commerce, and this was happening in the in the Midwest, in Oklahoma, where this was a major thing that happened. Black Wall Street was located in Greenwood, the Greenwood neighborhood of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Great. We're moving on. Are you guys ready? So that answer on this side, anybody from my staff that's taking notes, the first person answered on this side was Oscar Brannon. He answered Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then later we had Miami Gardens now say the Greenwood neighborhood. And on the Facebook side, we did have Aaliyah Kinsler that said Oklahoma, and later came back. Ms. Hester Samuel said Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we want to celebrate those persons that got the answer correctly. So here we go. Are we ready for the next question? Name the 1954 Supreme Court case that outlawed segregation in U.S. schools. Name the 1954 Supreme Court case that outlawed segregation in U.S. schools. All right, Oscar Brannon on the Instagram side. Whatever your web speed is, Mr. Brannon, pass it on. And whatever your web speed is, pass it on. Facebook, do we have an answer for this particular question on Facebook side? We're waiting. Facebook, do you have a answer for this specific question? We're waiting. Facebook, we're going to give you about 30 seconds. All right, Aaliyah Kinsler on the Facebook side just answered. The answer to this question, of course, is Brown versus the Board of Education. Brown versus the Board of Education. So thank you so much. We're going to move on to our next question. Are you ready? Here we go. What event started the 1980 Miami race riots? What event started the 1980 Miami race riots? You have to be specific. You have to be, the answer is very direct. So think about your answer before you give it. So please tell me what event started the 1980 Miami race riots. Thank you. I am Christine B, but we need more specifics. It's not there yet. Thank you so much on the Instagram side, but we want to be really specific about this particular question. Oscar Brannon, thank you again. He answered it on the Instagram side. Mr. Brannon answered it on the Instagram side. Anybody on the Facebook side? Facebook, we are waiting to hear from you. Really specific. What event started the 1980 Miami race riots? What event? I'll give you just a moment. Bring just a little bit more light in here. Just a moment. Anybody? Okay. Miss Samuels, yes, you're saying Arthur McDuffie, but there was something specific. We're going to move on with this answer of this question, and the answer is it was the acquittal. It was the acquittal of 4 police officers in the murder of Arthur McDuffie. Yes, Miss Christine, you said the McDuffie trial, but we wanted specifically about the trial. What started the riots? And it was the acquittal. I had a professor that used to always say, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. What has happened before is continuing to happen. These officers clearly murdered Arthur McDuffie, and it was the acquittal. And the thing about it was, I believe it was an all-white jury. They were acquitted from an all-white jury, and this is what sparked the race riots in Miami in 1980. It was the acquittal of those particular officers. Let's move on. What area in Miami was known as Colored Town? What area in Miami? Thank you, Mr. Brainerd. Yes, the case was in Tampa, Florida. What area in Miami? Was known? Oh, Miami Gardens Now. Instagram. I actually beat you, Mr. Brainerd. Miami Gardens Now. And I'm saying she. I'm sorry if Miami Gardens Now is not a female, but Miami Gardens Now answered it on Instagram. We're looking for that answer on Facebook. Facebook, are you with us? Can you answer this question? Facebook is lagging, but can you answer this question? What area in Miami was known as Colored Town? What area in Miami? Come on, Facebook. You can do it, Facebook. I have total faith in my participants that are on Facebook. Overtown. That answer, yes, is correct. Facebook came on board. The answer for this is Overtown. Yes, the answer is Overtown. Thank you, Miami's Gardens Now. I feel a lot better now. Overtown is the answer. Adriana, I'm going to chop up your last name, and I do apologize. Ariana Reguan answered Overtown on Facebook. The answer goes to Miami Gardens Now on Instagram. Overtown was known as Colored Town. Overtown was named as Colored Town. We thank you so much for that. This was designated for people of color. Henry Flagler, Julia Tuttle, once they built up the Royal Palm Hotel, once the Florida East Coast Railroad was coming in and it was time to bring in those tourists that were going to come to Miami, this tropical climate city. The question was, as Dr. John Hope Franklin stated, what to do. It was a color problem that everybody seemed to have. What to do with the colored people that was camped out around the hotel. The guys, the men and women that built that hotel, that brought in the railroad track, had no place to stay. They were staying around and camped around the hotel. So the question was what to do with the colored people. So what they did was designated the west side of the railroad tracks to the people of color. White people took the east side of the tracks, and the west side of the tracks became known as Colored Town, as we've seen in the 1904 directory. And the east part of the tracks eventually became downtown. All right, we're ready to move on. This is a good one. This is. I mean, I know the answers are going to pop off the screen when I put this question up because everybody knows this answer. Fisher Island in Miami was once owned by which black millionaire? I should say what black millionaire? Which? Fisher Island in Miami was once owned by what black millionaire? Which black millionaire? What black millionaire? I know somebody's coming with this answer. I know someone is coming with the answer. All right. Mr. Brainerd is on top of it. He said, what is Dorsey? Yes. And Facebook, there is a slight lag, and I'm giving out the answer, but I'll give you time to make your statement. Facebook, what black millionaire once owned Fisher Island? What black millionaire once owned Fisher Island? Anyone on Facebook want to answer? I have 9 guests on Facebook. Someone has that answer. What black millionaire? Facebook. 10, 9, 8, 7. There's a lag. Okay. Let's give that particular answer. And the answer is Dana Albert Dorsey. Yes, the answer is Dana Albert Dorsey. Thank you so much. Ariana, we will accept your answer for Dorsey. She came in first. Thank you, Ms. Samuels on Facebook. The lag must not be too bad because we heard the answer. Okay. All right. So we'll make sure we don't give the answer. Thank you so much for Facebook. We'll hold off on the answer so you guys have an opportunity to make that. All right. Are we ready for the next question. These are, I think, my fairly easy questions, especially if you're a Miamian. I don't know if we have anybody outside of Miami that is joining us. I know we got a lot of response from other museums about what we're doing, and they're interested in starting this themselves. So we're moving on to the next question. Name the annual music and arts festival that is held every year in Miami Gardens. Name the annual music and art festival that is held every year in Miami Gardens. This is an easy one. We are waiting. Do I have to start the music? Halfway. Jazz in the... I wasn't supposed to say the answer. Miss Brandon on Instagram, we do have your you came in first because you have the complete statement. All right, Miss Samuels, Miss Samuels, thank you so much on the Facebook side. Have answered the question, and Miss Brandon answered the question in full first. So the answer to this is Jazz in the Garden. Jazz in the Garden. Definitely. We just, a lot of people was upset because Jazz in the Gardens was supposed to take place right before the Corona social distancing and came about. And, they had to cancel Jazz in the Gardens, but Jazz in the Gardens is a wonderful music festival that has taken on so much. And we want to thank you so much for the answers that was given. Again, on the Facebook side, it was Hester Samuels. On the Instagram side, it was Mrs. Brandon, Pat Brandon. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. The next question. And these are fairly easy. This week is kind of easy. I'm looking at these questions. I must have got tired when I was putting these together. But name the only historically black college founded by a black woman that still stands today. Name the only historically black college founded by a black woman that still stands today. I think I need to play the music on this one because it's going to take y'all a little bit to get this one. If I look up and somebody have it. Miami Gardens Now. Yes. Miami Gardens Now on Instagram. Is there someone on Facebook? Is there someone on Facebook that has it? Facebook. Anyone. Come on now. We can do it. All right, Miss Samuels. Miss Samuels, the answer to this question on Facebook and Instagram, we have Miss Samuels on Facebook. We have Miami Gardens Now on Instagram. The answer to this particular question is Bethune Cookman University. Bethune Cookman University. I'm not going to say anything because I'm a rattler. But it is okay. It is okay. We're gonna let Bethune come on. I gotta come on, snake. Put the snake down. Oh, okay. I gotta put the snake down. But yes, Bethune Cookman University, founded by Mary McLeod. Bethune is amazing. Yes, Miss Samuels is killing it on the Facebook side. Here we go. This is a good one for all our sanctified, holy people. Tell me this. What does the abbreviation of AME stands for? What does the abbreviation of AME stand for? Come on, everybody. What does the abbreviation for AME? I'm going to start my music. Here we go. All right, Miss Samuels. Yes. Here we go. All right. I am Christine B on Instagram. We have our answer on Instagram. Do we have our answer on Facebook? All right. Right on time. Right on time. Right on time. We have answers. Answers are in. And the answer to this particular question is African Methodist Episcopal. Yes. Yes. So I am Christine B. Answered early on Instagram. And I want to say Ariana Riguan. I know I'm destroying your name on Facebook, but answered it first. African Methodist Episcopal. That is the answer. Great job. Great job. We have some really smart people on here today. So, what event originally brought black laborers to Miami in 19th century? In the 19th century, what event originally brought black laborers to Miami in the 19th century? What event? What event? Now, a lot of times I teach at Florida Memorial University, and I always tell my students when you're taking a multiple choice test, all right, Miami Gardens Now. Miami Gardens Now on Instagram. Do we have Facebook? Facebook. What do we have? Facebook. Miami Gardens Now, great answer. General answer, and I see some people went further and answered in full on Instagram, but Facebook, do you have that answer? I see people going in with the real, coming in with the major answers, the essay, long range answers. Awesome on Instagram. Facebook, we're going to give a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. All right. We don't have the answer on Facebook, but we do have the answer on Instagram. Let's let everyone know what event originally brought black laborers to Miami in the 19th century, and that answer was building of Flagler's Railroad. Yes. Mr. Brainer went on Facebook. You're cheating, Mr. Brainer. Mr. Brainer went on Facebook and answered as well. It was building of Flagler's Railroad, the railroad which brought work to Miami, to this desolate tropical climate area. And that's the workers were black workers. I always like to say, for some reason, Miami in 1890s, black people were still working. Slavery had ended, but it wasn't that far away. So when you talk about the building of the buildings and the construction and things that happened, this was still black laborers that were doing the work. For some reason, America think that when slavery ended, all black people went to sleep. All black people stopped working during that time. But no, they were still dependent on black labor. It went from free enterprise to they had to pay. Wasn't paying what they deserved, but it was still black workers that were building Miami. So it was the railroad. Let's go to the next question. The next question. Are you ready for the next question? Awesome. Here we go. What was the entertainment district in Miami located on Northwest 2nd Avenue known as? What was the entertainment district in Miami located on Northwest 2nd Avenue known as? Now, a lot of these questions that we're putting out, if you follow us, when you watch us talk about Is It True, when you watch us on Monday, when you watch us on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday, a lot of these answers are tied in a lot of the presentations. So the question is, we're still waiting. Nope. What was the entertainment district in Miami located in Northwest 2nd Avenue known as? We're waiting for that right answer. We're waiting for that. I think I need to play the music on this one. Here we go. Let's play it. Still waiting. We're still waiting. What was the entertainment district in Miami located on Northwest 2nd Avenue known as? And anybody, those answers that are coming in are not actually correct. You have some parts of it that's correct, but some parts, the actual part is not correct. And anyone, here we go. Anyone has suggestions? Anybody, come on out. What was the entertainment district in Miami located on Northwest 2nd Avenue known as? No, not Lyric. Okay, all right. I think we have extended enough time for this answer. I can't believe my audience today, this particular answer, I thought you guys had. Trying on my glasses. Here we go. All right, we're ready for this answer. It was known as Little Broadway. Little Broadway, Northwest 2nd Avenue in Miami, was known as Little Broadway. Why was it known as Little Broadway? Well, if you attended our virtual tour back, yes, I am DJ H2, yes it is. If you attended the virtual tour that we did on the Lyric Theater, we talked about how the clubs were lined up. Everything was side by side, 2nd Avenue, side by side. But Miami took on a persona. Yes, Miami was known as the Harlem of the South. Miami was known as the Harlem of the South. And 2nd Avenue, because of all of the clubs that existed on 2nd Avenue, all of the bars, all of the restaurants, and how nobody ever went to sleep on 2nd Avenue. You'll see Nat King Cole, Cab Calloway. You'll see these people walking from club to club, Sam Cooke. And the truth about Miami becoming Harlem of the South was because Florida had a rule for teachers that were trying to get their upper level degree. Florida would give scholarships, give funding to teachers to get their master's and upper level degrees. The only catch was that you had to get that degree at a school outside of Florida. This was their way of getting rid of somewhat, I guess, the educated people in Miami, feeling that if they would go away to do their studies, they probably won't come back. And many of those teachers, they went to New York University. They went to New York to get their upper level degrees. And they got used to the life in New York. They got used to life in New York. I'm going to come back and answer your question on Facebook, 2nd Avenue and what street. They got used to life in New York. New York never sleeps. Broadway, where clubs were happening, the theaters and everything. So when they would come back to Miami on their break and move back to Miami, that lifestyle began to take root on 2nd Avenue, because you had the Lyric Theater where you had performances at. You had the Reno, you had the Rockland Palace, you had the Harlem Square Club, you had the Lord Cabaret, you had the Mary Elizabeth. All of these entities existed on this street. And Miami became known as Little Broadway because of this. Also, Mr. Brandon said also any state employees were eligible for scholarships to out-of-state colleges. Yes, they were really trying to relocate a lot of educated black people out of Miami. This happened on 2nd Avenue and Northwest 8th Street. It ran from, for the answer for Ms. Farrar, it ran from around where my club it's Lord Cabaret, but it was also the Sir John Hotel, which is where the actual downtown, the new Athlete Range post office sits now. It ran from the Sir John Hotel, which is about around 6th Street, all the way up until 11th and 12th Street, to where the Harlem Square Club was. And many people would be there, and they would bring that New York lifestyle here to Miami, where 2nd Avenue never went to sleep. In front of the Lyric, never went to sleep. It was always activity, always a club to be at. So it became known as Little Broadway. Little Broadway is the answer. Thank you for everybody. And thank you, Mr. Brandon, for that, because exactly, a lot of state employees were eligible for scholarships to go to out-of-state college. Florida were paying people to move away from Miami, move out of Florida. And this was a way to get them out. But many people came back. They came back to Miami and set up camp and raise families. And that really changed the direction of what they were actually trying to do in Miami. So yes, let's move on to the next question. What does my time look like? Okay, we're good. We're good on time. Here we go to the next question. Are you ready? This is a good one. Civil rights activist and president of the Miami Labor Union from 1963 to 1972, who was murdered. Who was a civil rights activist? This civil rights activist and president of the Miami Labor Union from 1963 to 1972 was murdered. Who was this person? Let's go with the music. I know this is going to be fairly easy for many of you. Civil rights activist. All right, Mr. Brandon got it. Pat, Miss Brandon right behind him with the answer on Instagram. We're waiting for the answer on Facebook. Civil rights activist and president of the Miami Labor Union from 1963 to 1972, who was murdered, was who? Facebook, we're giving you time. Just a little bit. Facebook, do you have this answer? All right, we're going to move on with this particular answer. The answer to this was Joseph Caleb. Joseph Caleb is the answer. Mr. Brandon answered Joe Caleb. Ms. Pat Brandon answered Joseph Caleb. No, Ms. Farah, that's a good answer. She said Harry Moore, which is Harry T. Moore, but that was in North Florida. This is in Miami. Joseph Caleb was a labor union rep. He was murdered. I don't think to this day they know who his assailants were. But this was happening in Miami. We hear about the big names, Harry T. Moore and others that passed away, that were murdered, excuse me. I wouldn't say passed away, forgive me. But Joseph Caleb was one of those that the history books don't talk about. Again, he was murdered. I believe he was gunned down in front of his home, if I'm not mistaken. I hope that I'm not saying the wrong thing. But Joseph Caleb is that answer. We're moving on. Are we ready? We're moving on to the next question. I hope we're not losing anybody. What festival held in Coconut Grove, it should say Coconut, held in Coconut Grove that is known for its bright costumes, music, and aroma of conch fritters and conch stew? What is the festival held in Coconut Grove that's here in Miami that is known for its bright costumes? All right, Miami Gardens Now has answered the question on Instagram. Do we have an answer on Facebook? And yes, Miss Samuels, the Caleb Center is named for Joseph Caleb. Not that answer, is something else. All right, Miss Farrar, Lauren Punky Farrar got the answer, and here we are. The answer to this is the Goombay. Yes, the Goombay, Miami Gardens Now, and Miss Farrar. Well, thank you for your answers. Your answers are correct. Thank you so much. That is a good one. That festival I don't think happens anymore, but I remember as a kid, enjoyed going down to that particular festival and eating the many conch fritters and conch and conch and conch and conch and conch and conch. Yes, so we're going to move on. Here's the next one for you. Are you ready? What does the acronym of NAACP stand for? What is the acronym? You have to write it all the way out. I mean, fast fingers, fast fingers. What is the acronym? You have to write it all the way out in order to get this answer. One more round. What does the acronym NAACP stand for? I can just hear those fingers just flying. I am Christine B. Yes. Farrar. Yes. Yes. So we have Facebook. We have the answer on Facebook. And we have the answer. Miss Farrar was the first on Facebook. I am Christine B. was the first on Instagram. And the answer to this question is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. We're going on to the next question. The next question is, George Washington Carver made many products from what food item? George Washington Carver made many products from what food item? I know you got this answer. Everyone has this answer. George Washington Carver made a lot of products from what food? All right, Miami Gardens Now on Instagram. Miami Gardens Now. And Farrar again on Facebook. Farrar got the answer correct on Facebook. Miami Gardens Now has the answer. No, yes, answer on Instagram. And the answer is, of course, the peanut. Yes, the peanut. Now, here we go. Next question. Are we ready? What primarily black female college was founded by two white women in Atlanta, Georgia? What primarily black female college was founded by 2 white women in Atlanta, Georgia? What primarily? All right, Miami Gardens Now, you're moving fast. Miami Gardens Now answered. And Jermaine Scott on Facebook. We have a new player here on Facebook. Jermaine Scott on Facebook. Miami Gardens Now on Instagram. Your answer is Spelman College. Yes, Spelman College is the answer. All right, here we go. This should be a fairly easy one right here. What 14-year-old black boy was lynched for whistling at a white woman? Well, accused. I need to say he was accused for whistling at a white woman. What 14-year-old black boy was lynched for or being accused for whistling at a white woman? What 14-year-old black boy was lynched? Facebook has the answer. Quick Facebook beat. All right, Facebook is catching up. Jermaine Scott on Facebook, Oscar Brannon on Instagram. And the answer, yes, is Emmett Till. Interesting enough, Emmett Till was accused. We found out many years later after this tragedy, the white woman who accused him, accused him, finally on her deathbed, acknowledged that it never happened, which was very sad that this young black kid, but also it sparked the civil rights movement. It sparked that civil rights movement, and we just, really sad about what happened. And we going to the next question. Who became? Everybody has this answer. I know you guys do. If you're stuck in the house watching Netflix, who became the first black woman millionaire and invented hair care products for black women? I know y'all have this answer. I know you have it. Somebody has it. I mean, we're stuck watching Netflix over and over again. This is one of the movies that are on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet. All right, Facebook is moving. Facebook answered. Jermaine Scott answered on Facebook. Do we have anyone on Instagram that is answering? Instagram. You're slowing down, Instagram. All right, who is this? EBK Ween 1. EBK Ween 1, we will give you that particular answer. And it is Madam C.J. Walker. Yes, it is. C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker. Jermaine Scott answer first on Facebook. EBK Ween 1 answered first on Instagram. All right, here we go. This should be an easy one. Who built and owned the historic Lyric Theater? Who built and owned the historic Lyric Theater? No, I don't think Musaddiq is in today. I didn't see him log in. He has to come back because they coming with a vengeance now. So we got to send messages to the Wing King of Miami, tell him he has to be on this thing if he's going to keep his title. Who built and owned the historic Lyric Theater? It has to be the correct name. Has to be the correct name. The last name would also help you on this. We're waiting. Who built and owned the historic Lyric Theater? The historic Lyric Theater. Who built and owned the historic Lyric Theater? We're waiting. You're close, Mr. Brannon, but you don't have the cake yet on Instagram. You're very close. So somebody could take that and wake up the spider webs and come out with the answer. I'm going to play the music one time to get us going, and we're going to give this. Miss Farrar, yes, Miss Farrar on Facebook, you have answered the question. Facebook has answered the question. And Instagram, we're waiting. Facebook is coming back with a vengeance over here to the left. Facebook answered. The answer to that is Geder Walker. Geder Walker is the answer. So yes, Ms. Farrar, thank you so much for winning on Facebook. Instagram. We got to catch up, Instagram. Facebook, I don't know. Facebook has increased their number of people on the watch as well as their answers. Amazing. Facebook, yes. We're moving on. We got a couple of more minutes, couple more questions. All right, here we go. What is Florida's first federal public housing project? What is Florida's first federal public housing projects? We apologize, Miss Ariana. I don't know. It depends on where you are and whether you're using Wi-Fi or whether you're using your phone signal as to how the signal is coming to you. So we really apologize if you're not getting it. All right, we do have the correct answer on the Instagram side. Miami Gardens now has that correct answer. I'm sorry, H2, you have the street name for it, but Miami Gardens now has the official name for it. I see Miss Braden. All right, Miss Farrar. Miss Farrar has the answer on the Facebook side. So we have Miami Gardens now, and we have Miss Farrar that has it, and the answer to that is Liberty Square Projects. Liberty Square Projects. Yes, people have put the pork and beans. Yes, that became known as a pork and beans over time with a street term. Liberty Square was built in the 1930s during the Roosevelt's New Deal effort to bring government closer. The first housing project. Anybody know where the first housing project was built at? Where was the first housing project built? What state? What state and what city? I'm going to come back to you on that. I wonder why, H2. What state had the first housing project? Why was Liberty Square the second? Where was the first one placed at? Not Illinois. No. Not Chicago. Okay, I'll make it easy. The first federal housing project was built in where else? What is the other major city that's dealing with this coronavirus as much as Miami is? New York. Yes, Mrs. Scott, Jermaine Scott, you answered it correctly. It was New York. The first federal housing project was built in New York. Liberty Square was the second one, built in the 1930s. It was more so yes, New York. It was more so about the urban renewal for the government. That was a reason why, they wanted to take over a lot of land. The truth about this thing is the land in Overtown was very valuable. They wanted to eliminate what was known as Good Bread Alley. There was issues of hygiene because the houses were so close. There was no indoor plumbing for the houses. But this was one of the least expensive places for people to live. Good Bread Alley in Overtown, and through the works of Father Comer and others, James E. Scott, and those, they began to petition and write about the conditions in Good Bread Alley. But it also gave the government an opportunity to come in and knock down not just Good Bread Alley, but a lot of the businesses and other places in Overtown that they wanted to kind of get rid of. That's when they came in with I-95. But they built Liberty Square. Many people wanted to move there. It was a great place to be. People that could not meet the threshold or they made too much money to be moved into Liberty Square, they began to build their houses north of Liberty Square on a road that became known as Millionaire's Row. Millionaire's Row, right along the north side of Liberty Square. We do know about the segregation wall that was built in Miami that separated the white part of Liberty City, which Liberty City was Liberty City. Oh, my time remaining is running out. So we're going to stop right there. We're going to pause. I got 19 seconds before I run out of live. Thank you so much for being here. If this shut down on Instagram, I'm going to come back up just to give us a closing. We're going to pick back up with this Jeopardy Noir on next Wednesday. Invite a friend to tell a friend and tell a friend to come and join us each and every week. Not only for Jeopardy Noir, Facebook, we just lost our live feed to Instagram. I didn't know it had a time limit, but we're going to come back. We're going to come back on live. Okay. We lost okay, we're back live here on Instagram as well. We lost our feed, but we want to come each and every week with this Jeopardy. We thank you so much for joining us. We thank you for being a part of what we're doing here. We're not only doing a Jeopardy, but each day we're giving people an opportunity to just break away from their daily activities. Those that have children at home, I know you're going crazy. We're trying to make sure they're kept up with their schoolwork. A lot of things that are happening here in Miami. We just want to find a way that people can kind of come in and just have a great time. We invite you to join us for each one of our programming that we do every day. Tomorrow, we will have our assistant archivist who will be doing legacies and profiles. I believe he's going to be talking about R.E.S. Toomey. I'm not sure. I don't want to give it away. Check back for the schedule of that. We also, Friday, we will be touring the Dorsey house. We're going to take this remote that I have, the studio I have, and move to the Dorsey house. And hopefully, if you guys have not seen inside the Dorsey house or seen the Dorsey house, our archivist, Jocelyn Hurtado, on Monday gave a great conversation about, is it true? Did a black man own Fisher Island? And that was D.A. Dorsey. We'll be doing that on Friday at the Dorsey house. We invite you to join us on Saturday for Story Times in Color. Camila Pritchett on our staff, she's reading. She has guest readers that are reading books. Please, if you have kids on Saturday, have them to sit around the phone and read these books. She's told me about a number of guest readers that she has coming in. Amazing books. Miami Gardens Now, they say we're first place on Instagram. I don't know who was first place, but on Facebook. Someone asked me about what we're going to do. Is there any prizes? We're going to be probably emailing, messaging you to get your address so we can send you, if you won, if you participate in high numbers, this wonderful book on Obama, our 44th president. This was a book that was a part of an exhibit that we did here at the Black Archives. We think it's a great keepsake for you. We may be sending you from our Jackson Health exhibit this nice table holder for your drinks so that you're not staining. Back when I was growing up, we used to get in trouble for staining our tables. We may be sending out a wonderful coffee mug from the Black Archives that we'll probably be sending you out. So if we call and we ask you for your address, because you're participating, we're going to try to get these things out to you, my staff. It will be coming from an official Balt, South Florida message, or it'll be coming from, if you're on Facebook, our Black Archives Historic Lyric Theater message center, just to get the information so that we can send it to you. Just as a keepsake to say we thank you so much for being a part of what it is that we're doing each and every day, On Facebook, it says that Hester Samuels and Farrar tied for first place on Facebook. Hester Samuels and Farrar, Lauren Punky Farrar tied for first place on Facebook. Thank you guys so much. We hope to see you next week. No, we want to see you tomorrow. We want to see you on Saturday. We want to see you on Monday. We want to see you on Tuesday, on Wednesday. Check our local listening to find out what it is that we're broadcasting. Everybody stay safe. Everybody practice social distancing, and we will all get through this on the other side. And on the other side, we want to see you coming to the Black Archives Historic Lyric Theater for programming, Lyric Live, for Glass House, and exhibits that we'll be having and tours that we're going to be having. We're going to make it through this thing. All right, so everybody, thank you. Oh, the story. What was the story on a nickname for Liberty Square? We're going to save that. We're going to save that for another moment. Maybe I'll come join you, one of you guys, if you're doing Liberty Square, and share a screen with you and talk about that a little bit more. I've bled everybody's ears right now with the time that we have. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on tomorrow for Legacies on Black Profiles in Miami. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. Goodbye. So long.